This is Luke Connor with LongRangeOnly.com. Today we're going to be discussing the relatively new Seekin's Havak, and this one's chambered in 300 Win. So the first thing I want to talk about on this thing is the overall fit and finish. This gun's put together very well. They did a really nice bedding job. The stock is super comfortable. It's really lightweight. I want to say the stock weighs like 1.8 pounds or something. I really like the vertical grip and the palm swell. Comes with a limb saver recoil pad on it. Good barrel clearance around. Nothing touching. Super rigid. It's got the flush cups in the front underneath and in the back, so nothing to come unscrewed or get hung up on anything. This trigger guard is great, especially being in Alaska. We shoot in the wintertime a lot with gloves on. No problem getting your hand in that trigger right there with heavy gloves on in cold weather. Along with the oversized trigger guard, one of the cool features on this rifle that I really like is the internal mag release and this carbon fiber box mag. This thing weighs like 1.6 ounces. It's got a 4-inch internal overall length for loading cartridges out. For you hand loaders out there, you will really appreciate the overall length. This rifle is chambered a little bit shorter than some of the other 300 Win mags that I looked at, but no problem utilizing full mag box with any bullet you can dream up. So I've had this rifle for several months now. Got to spend quite a bit of quality time with it. The reloading process went pretty good. Took me about 40 shots to get her super dialed in. I ended up with shooting the good old-fashioned Berger 215 hybrid. Ended up with reloader 26 on this one, right at about 2,900 feet a second. She's shooting solid half-minute groups at 100. So some of the details on the gun, might as well start at the muzzle in here. This is an awesome muzzle break. My wife shot this gun. A smaller person can shoot this gun. This is probably one of the most efficient muzzle breaks I've ever had on a 300 Win. It's self-timing. No need for peel washers or crush washers or any of that stuff. This has a 26-inch barrel, 1 in 10 twists, 5R rifling. This one has the straight flutes. It's got Seekin's proprietary receiver. This is a really cool receiver. They put a lot of thought into this. It's got an integral recoil lug on it, which I really like, especially if you go to change barrels or something. It's a lot less to deal with. 20-minute rail. The thing's got a massive lug in the front of the rail, and it comes with 840 screws instead of your standard smaller number 6s, which is really nice. They're Torx heads. This rail is not going anywhere. It is on there for good. Should have no issues with that. Side bolt release. On this one, it's got a threaded bolt knob. They do their receiver a little different. Like your standard Remingtons are timed on the lugs at 6 o'clock, or 6 and 12. These guys do 3 and 9, so it changes the bolt throw a little bit. No issues with that for me. It's got 4 locking lugs in it instead of 2 like on a Remington, so it adds basically double the surface contact. This receiver is built like a tank, but it doesn't weigh a ton either. I mean, it's 4 inches long internal depth. It's pretty heavy duty looking receiver. So one thing I want to mention here is this is one of Seekin's early model production guns, and the new PH1 that you buy is a little bit different than this one. All the major components are the same. This one just has a little bit different fluting options, and this one came with the Calvin Elite trigger. The new ones come with the Timony 510. So here's a picture of the mag and all the extra length you got in there. With that 4-inch internal capacity, you can see here that there's extra 300 thousandths of space to seat your bullets wherever you need to. These ones are seated like 10 thousandths off the lands. Here's a close-up of the bedding job. You see they did a really good job up in the front by the recoil lug and on the rear tang. The barrel action fits in the stock really super snugly and very even. Here's the 20-minute rail that comes with the gun. You can see the heavy-duty recoil lug on the front there and the 840 screws. The thing locks up super solid. This was the start of the reloading process for me. As you can see in the photo, got it shooting good half-inch group. The second photo is just a verification load, and the gun shot like that for the whole rest of the time I used it. So here's the weight of the rifle with nothing bolted on it, and then the second photo here is the weight of the rifle with the Zeiss V6 5-30 on it, ready to hunt. As you can see, it's under 10 pounds, making it an ideal everyday hunting rifle. So here's the stock with no bottom metal or anything. You can see super lightweight, right at about 1 pound 9 ounces. Here's a good picture of the rail bolted on the gun. You can see how heavy duty hardware they used to hold it all together. That's really important to me. Your optics is only as good as it's mounted to your rifle, and I think they did a really good job of securing this. Here's a good picture of the bolt itself. You can see the 4 different lugs on there, creating a lot of surface contact, making it a super strong bolt to receiver fit. Here's the close-up of the muzzle brake they put on here. It's a really efficient brake, super good looking too, and I appreciate the fact that it's not ported on the bottom, blowing dirt and snow all over the place. The muzzle brake on this rifle seems really refined. I think Seekin's really hit it out of the park on this one. I really like this carbon fiber mag box, and I like the fit and finish. I like how the mag doesn't hang way below the bottom metal. Everything fits super nice and tight. They just did a really good job on that part.
Okay, Seekin's Havak, 300 Win Mag, 385 yards. Impact. Okay, ready? Okay, let's go to the 885. 885, 12-inch plate. Bingo. Okay. Everybody ready?
Ready? Ready.
Okay, 1,077 yards. Impact.
I want to come back to the stock real quick. The stock is an important thing when you're trying to mix an everyday hunting rifle and a long-range precision rifle. There's kind of a fine balance of making something comfortable, not too heavy, not too blocky, and I think Seekins did a really good job with this. This thing is really easy to get behind. It's super comfortable to lay in the gun. It fits naturally in your shoulder. It's easy to run the bolt from behind your natural shooting position. I've had 5 or 6 people get on this thing, and that's always the first thing they say is, man, I really like that stock, that grip. Everything just seems to fit really good. I think that they just hit a home run on the stock as a whole. So my overall impression of this rifle, I think for somebody looking to get a top tier production rifle, this is a great option. They retail for about $2,200. They run $2,000 to $2,200 depending on where you get them. But this thing is a great gun to throw over your back and carry into the timber. But if something presents itself in 6, 7, 8, 900 yard range, this gun is more than capable on the comfort of it and the accuracy of it. Hands down, I'd have no problem taking this gun anywhere we go in Alaska here and using it for anything we have. Thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the review. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, longrangeonly.com.